Hello Sumate, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'll be teaching you how to fix this busk to the front of your corset. The video is very detailed and long. If you're not ready to learn something tangible, maybe you can skip. So let's get started. So the next thing we'll be doing now is how to put our busk. We have to install the busk before we go ahead to turn the main fabric with the lining. So now you can see that part of the busk, one side has hook. Now this hook part is where will be on our right side. It's going to be on the right hand side of the corset, so, like this. This is the right side, this is the right hand side for the corset. So it means this one that has the hook is going to be on this right hand side and it's going to be facing the other side like this. It's going to be like this. So what we have to do now is we are going to be turning with the lining. So how do we do that? You know, if you're turning with your lining, the right side face the right side. The right side of the lining will have to face the right side of the fabric. So this is how it is going to come, like this. Then when you put this thing inside, when you put the busk inside, let me turn it this way first. When you now put the busk inside like this, right, it's now going to, when you put the busk inside like this, it is this part that will pop out and give us this thing, where there will be a hole we'll be creating for this hook part to pull out to be able to fit into this other part. So this is how we're going to be wearing it on it. Can you see? So the next thing I will do now is to grab my tape and a pencil for me to create the mark. So first of all, we're working with this part. So let me put it this way so that I can see properly. So what we are going to do, the first thing you have to do now is to remove the 1/2 inch you'll be joining with. Okay, I should be doing that on the lining. So like I was saying, I will go ahead and this part is where we'll be marking on. So like this now, will come down by 1/2 inch. Like this. Because the bust will be starting from there. It will be starting from after the 1/2 inch. That's where it will be starting like this. Right? So now we'll measure 1/2 inch that we use in joining the both fabric together. You know, I will join it together like this. So I'll go ahead and measure 1/2 inch on the lining. So now we've marked the 1/2 inch across. You can see how it is. We've marked the 1/2 inch across. And this is what we are going to be having, like this. So the next point now is, okay, now after marking this 1/2 inch now, how, if we bring this one, if we bring this one on it like this, and we just run a straight line down, if we do it like that, please take note of this part. If we just run this straight line down, how are these things going to come out? Do you understand? So we have to create an opening for the hook. So the next step now is creating an opening for the hook. So what I will be doing now is I'll go ahead and mark where the hook will be passing through, starting from this 1/2 inch upwards, right? It has, please make sure it has to start from this 1/2 inch. So now what I will do is I will mark where the hook will be passing through, like this. Hope you understand. make sure it is accurate. I will mark it like this, like this, like this. Then just until I finished marking everywhere that the hook will be passing through. So where we are going to be sewing now, can you see? You see the way I marked it? Now I don't know, okay, what we are going to be doing where we'll be sewing, we will not just sew the straight line down. Do you understand? So now, starting from this half inch upwards, we'll be starting our stitches from here. We'll stitch from here to this place and stop. We'll tighten it. We'll come here, we'll stitch from here to this place, we'll tighten it. We'll come here, we'll stitch from here to here. Because we are not stitching this opening. If we stitch this opening, there will be no place for our hook to pass through. So when you sew from here to here, you skip this opening, because this is where our hook will be passing through. Do you understand? So when you sew from here to here, you do your tightening. You will skip to this part. Then you sew from here to here, you do your tightening. Then you skip this opening where the hook will be passing through. You will stitch again to this part, you will skip. That's how we are going to do it. So now let's go to the machine and get that done before we now go to the next phase. So we are here now, and I hope you can actually see what I'm doing properly. So what I'm going to do now is, you can pin it so that it will be very stable. Just hold a few places down with a pin like this. Then you go ahead, because of this cup part is pushing. So now I will run my stitch like this, straight to this part. I will stop here, because from here to here is where the hook is passing through. You understand? The hook is passing through this place, so I don't have to close this place. So my stitches will be stopping here. I will do my tightening. Can you see? So my tightening stopped here. This is where my tightening has stopped. So I'm skipping from here to here. I will jump to this point and stitch to this place. So that's how I will continue doing it until I'm done. So when you're starting another stitch, make sure you tighten too. You tighten from the beginning. You also tighten at the end of the stitch. So you can see how I'm jumping it. This in between, I'm not sewing it. So I jump to the next line like this, do my tightening. I will sew it to this point again. Can you see? Then I'm jumping here to here again. Do you understand? Then this is how I'll continue sewing it until I'm done with everything. So we'll be stitching the last part now, and we're done with this. Can you see? So like this now, we're done. I'll just trim off the thread. So we'll be going back to the table. So I've gone ahead to do that. You can see what we've just done. We stitch from here to this point. We skip this middle, stitch like this, skip here, stitch and skip, which is the part this thing will point in. So I went ahead to press this place down. Do you get? So like this now, we've already turned this center with the lining like this. So now how do we have to now pass the hook through it. Can you see? So it's going to go in like this. Now you can see that the hook is coming in between this space that we left. So this is how we'll be passing it. Can you see? You can see what we've done. So I'll just go ahead and push everything out. I think I should use my pin to pin this side down. Can you see? You can see the hole we created. So everything has been passed, has been pushed to the other side, right? So this is what we have. So now you can see how this thing is, and the hook is closer to this other part. Now this line that this thing is closer to is where we'll be at the edge like this. Do you understand? So the next thing now, we'll be wearing this one on it like this, right? So the next thing we have to do now is to create a point. Like, we will have to be marking. I will have to be marking again with my pencil, but this time it's going to be on the main fabric. It's not going to be on the lining, because it is the main fabric that this part will pop up through. Like this part now, this is where we'll punch the hole in, then it will come out through it. So how do you get that done? We have to place this one on it like this. Make sure they are equal. Make sure you are placing them equally, right? So now you'll be placing it like this. That's right after you've marked your half an inch, or probably we should just go ahead and do our half an inch joining allowance before we punch the hole. I think that would be better. So I'll just go to the sewing machine. I'll just go to the sewing machine and join this one together with half an inch. Then I'll come back. We'll now go to the next stage. Let me just quickly go ahead and join this part, like the lining and the material. Let me just join it together, then I'll come back. So you can see I've gone ahead to join it together with half an inch. So I'll turn it to the right side like this. So let me go off camera and iron it. I'll iron both edges neatly. Then we'll come back to the next phase. So like I said, I've gone ahead to iron it. Can you see how neatly done it is? I've gone ahead to iron. I've ironed the side also, and I've replaced and I've kept the hook back. So what we'll do now, we'll place this one equally like this. Can you see? So don't lap it. Do you get? Don't lap it. Just place it. Make sure that the both edges are meeting like this. Don't lap it. The both edge should be meeting. So when you do it like that, you can see what I'm using. Bring your pencil. and create a point like this, where we'll be punching this part open for us to pass this other distance through it. So this is what we'll be having. So make sure they are meeting. Make sure they are meeting. The both edge is meeting. Don't lap it. Just make it meet like this. Okay. So this is what we have. Can you see? So what I will do now is, I have my hole. This is what I'll be using to punch. I'll be punching the 7 lines open. I will not be punching on the lining, only on the main fabric. Can you see? It's like this. So this is it. Let's try to put this, if it will pass through the hole, if the holes are big enough yet. Like this. Okay, the hole is big enough. Can you see it? It has come out. Can you see it? So this is how I'll go ahead to push everything out like this. Don't make your holes too wide so that it will fit in properly. It will not be shaking. Can you see it? So we've succeeded in passing it through it fully like this. So let's see if it will fit into the other side. We'll iron all these things, all these ruffles, we'll iron them out. Can you see what we have? So let's see if this will fit in properly. Can you see that everything fits in, everything matched correctly? So like this, we are done with the busk part. So the next point now is that we'll be going to the sewing machine. We'll be going to the sewing machine to press it down. We'll go to the sewing machine, we'll press. You know the busk is like half an inch like this. So we'll press it down firmly like this. We'll also press this side down firmly. Do you understand? Or probably I will have to turn the upper part first before we'll press this side down. Because if we go ahead to press this side now, I think it will be easy. It will be difficult for us to turn this upper part with the busk in it. So now go ahead and remove the busk. Then we'll go and turn. After turning, we'll put the busk again accordingly. Then we'll press it down. I don't know if you understand. Because if we press here now, how are we going to turn it like this with the lining? Do you understand? And with the busk in it too, it's going to be hard to be able to bend it over. That's if you understand what I'm saying. So this is what we have. This is the inside. This is the other side. Like this. So now the same way we fix the busk on the both side the other time, I'll go ahead and refix the busk to save our time so that we can go to the sewing machine together and press it down So I've gone ahead to do that. You can see I've gone ahead to fix the busk back. So the next thing, I will go to the sewing machine and I'll press it down. So I'll be sewing it from the inside of it. As I'm sewing it, I'll be pulling my pins away. See where the busk end here. That's where I'll be pressing on. So you have to take your time. You don't have to rush it. So your needle does not sew on the busk. If not, it will break. Can you see? You see it on the right side. You can see the line I made. So this is it for this one. This part where this thing ends, I'm just going to stitch it down. I will stitch here down like this. Can you see it? You can see how neatly done it is. This is it on the inside, like this. So I will bring the other part. We'll do this. We'll do the same thing to it. Can you see it? You can see it is now very firm, like very tight. So I'll just stitch here also. So you can see it like this. So after pressing the busk area down, I went ahead to pipe the lower parts down with a bias, and this brings us to the end of the video. Bye. Thank you for watching.